The Australian Army has been called in to help clean up parts of Queensland after a powerful storm ripped through the state's southeast on Thursday afternoon. Winds of up to 140 kilometres an hour, hailstones the size of golf balls. Some witnesses say they were as big as a fist. They damaged buildings and cars across Brisbane. The Australian Weather Bureau saying 2 storm cells came together and created a supercell. Thousands of homes were without power through the night. Ian Roth is an HR advisor who was caught up in the storm in Brisbane. Ian, it must have been quite terrifying, almost like being attacked from the sky.
It was very strange. We had basically horizontal rain and wind, and I was stuck inside and actually couldn't go outside for half an hour. We were basically called back into the shopping centre, lights were flashing, and basically a temporary wall had to be held up, which I helped with. So yeah, very, very odd.
Just judging by your accent, I'm not sure if you're a native Brisbaneite. Is that how you say it? Do the local people say this is normal? Have they ever seen anything like this before?
This has been described as the worst one for 10 years. I was there 4 years ago when basically there were houses levelled. It was so bad, and thousands of power cuts and water. It's very different to London. In London you have showers and rain, but you know, in a tropical environment like this, when it hits, it really does hit. And yeah, it was something a bit special.
What sort of reports of damage across the city?
Well, when I was actually walking back from the shopping mall, there were trees ripped out, there were big metallic signs on the road, there were road signs on the road, twisted metal, and in my office there was a glass panel being taken out. So I described, I put a Facebook photo up saying it looked like a war zone, and it really did. So yeah, very kind of scary, and you know, windows of cars taken out. So yeah, not very common, this kind of storm.
And is power back? Is everybody up and running with their electricity again?
As far as I know, yeah. As far as I know, it does take time, and you know, the response was pretty excellent. It's just hard getting through the traffic, and so to restore power did take time. As far as I know, everything's now up and running and back to normal, which you probably wouldn't know happen now, but yeah, pretty much back to normal now.
But what about the clean-up operation and the involvement of the Australian Army? Is that going on at the moment?
I think in certain places, in certain suburban places where trees have come down, for example, where I live, there's usually a run that takes place on Saturday, and the route's actually blocked by huge trees there, and so you do see SES around quite a lot. Yeah, they do a fantastic job, and they get on it straight away. So the clean-up's going pretty well as far as I can tell.
Ian, thank you very much indeed for telling us what it was like to be in that. It just seems like a devastating storm, but luckily there have been no reports of any serious injuries. That's Ian Roth in Brisbane. Thanks again.
Thank you.